welcome back to another video, and today we are actually reviewing the biggest set of the Alien Conquest line, the Earth Defense HQ. Now, this was by far way worth the around $100 price mark. Now, as said, I got this on eBay with a 3 bundle with the other ADU sets that I've reviewed, and so it will be missing a few pieces. If you notice that I'm missing something, just please throw it down in the comments and I'll fix that for when I'm around getting it to filming it. But enough with the cosmetics and the overall good lookingness of this. Let's dive right into the review. So starting off, one of the biggest play features of the entire set is that you can split it in half. Now I can't find the correct pressure to do it, but you split it in half and it becomes a more turnable mode. And it's much more flexible, or you can push it together and then more of a speed mode. Now that is just the main feature. I think that's one of the coolest parts of the set. And then let's move over to the front and then make our way up and then to the inside. So on the front, we have a relatively interesting cockpit, and you have this nice windshield piece that will fully open up and show you the capacity of the inside. Now, it's kind of hard to see because I have bad lighting. I need to get some better lighting in here. But I believe I could probably fit 5 minifigs in there if I really squished them in. Because there's 2 main cockpit seats. But as you can't really see it, but it's sort of shadowy. In the back, we've got this businessman. So close, and we've got just the steering wheel and the pilot. Now, closing it up, we keep going to the front. We have these sort of blaster cannons on the front, these floodlights, which kind of get in the way when you're trying to open and close the windshield, but that's not bad. We've got these cannons, which are actually on bionicle ball joints, which is an interesting technique. Moving up, we have even more headlights, and we have one of the more action figure heavy ones. So we have, just like the jet fighter, where there's a double blaster, this one has a quad blaster. And so this can rotate almost all the way around. You can't shoot directly behind you, which makes sense because there's a plane there. Oh, actually, you can turn it completely around. But we've got this cool console control. You have the actual little levers for him to hold on to, and then an interesting fire mechanism of actually like safe containers that push out the flick missiles. Now, if we look at it, that's pretty fast. I might stick a slow-mo of it in right now. But it is pretty interesting. And going on to the next play feature, it is the jet, which is a small mini build that I'll show off at the end. And the jet function is you spin this lever forwards, and it actually goes into launching position. Now this has, without the cannon, it has complete 360-degree rotation. And you can take it off its launching platform, which, as you can see, is just a simple mechanism, just to go up and down. And then that sort of looks empty, so it was wise to stick that on there. And it ups the piece count, and I believe that adding another cannon would have ruined it. Like, I always like seeing in the massive semi-builds having like a little drone that pops out. And this one actually is a pretty decent build, and I'll show that afterwards, along with a few of the minifigures. And then, so now that we're done here, I'm going to actually start showing the normal features. As you can see, this is already opened up. I'm going to close that up for now. In the back, we have giant grate. And now, normally, if you removed all the sciencey stuff that's in there, you can get this to hold tons of troops. So you can repurpose it to anything you want. But this is a science vehicle. So, starting off, we can take out this stretcher, where they can take aliens or wounded soldiers in. And I will just remove the entire top part so you can see into it and see all the interesting play features. Not really play features, just sort of, and it doesn't come apart good. But if we look into here, we have maybe an MRI machine. a viewing area into the lab, which we'll show next. And on the sides, we have these hatches that open up. When you open up, you can fold out a radar, like so. And that's sort of the communication center. And then in here, we have a radio, an alien blaster, some syringes for, like, anesthesia, or, like, something. And then in here, we have 2 drawers, a cabinet, and a coffee cup. So that's the major build of the back end on the inside. And then I'm going to stick the top back on and move, and actually take the entire back half off, which is something you can do. You can disconnect. Well, I sort of broke it. I'll fix it. You can disconnect the back, and it allows you to see into the sort of back half of the build. And so other than the cockpit, we have this small little monitoring area for the next part. As you can see, you've got like the alien thing. It's sort of a view into that, past the cockpit and into the little alien transport guy. And again, you remove the chair, you can fit a bunch of people in here. There's so much space that if you were to remove all the science stuff, this could be a huge troop carrier. And then on either side, we have these doors. And if we look in there, it's the actual alien transport, which is the last inner feature of the set. So you can take out one of these ADU alien transports, and as you can see, there's a person in here, and that's the marker is just some. It came when I got it off eBay, and so that is the extent of the main build. And so I'm gonna do the exclusive figures to this. We have first the scientist, who only comes in this set. And he's got some pretty interesting printing. He's got sort of like caution tape on his legs. And then you've got like a tube and some alien splotches, a reader, and some pretty cool glasses. He does not have an alternate face. On the back you can see like a radio meter and the ADU logo with... Can't really read that. And the next figure that is exclusive to this set is the Chief. Don't know his real name, I'm just going by assumptions. And so he has the full getup on of the ADU, but the only thing that's really exclusive about him is his... Oh no, he's different. He has a more typical vest and sort of a bearded look than the other ADU soldiers that you would normally get with more of a... Oh no, this guy's got a special pilot chest plate with like air stuff. And then if we pop the helmet off, you see his sort of bearded mustache, and then his alternate face. And now onto the mini jet build. And so I'm going to stick the pilot in this. And this is an actually pretty good build. It doesn't have any form of actual like play missiles or like play functions. It's just a really cool jet. And so if we look at this thing, it's got some stickers, the ADU logo on it. Back there, I can't get the camera to focus. There you go. And then you got this windshield and lots of trans orange pieces which can be used as just filming prop stand-ins for blasters. And in the back, you get the engine, an ADU tail like thing, and that is all we have for the set. Thank you very much for watching this review. We will be doing more reviews in the future. This is one of the few random films we'll do. This is most likely actually pre-scheduled, which means I recorded all these at the same time and then spaced them out. So if you are trying to interact with the previous videos and like tell me what I did wrong, I will not notice them until maybe a very later date, or maybe in the films. Because all the films are much harder to get done, because they are not, oh, we can just review a set. Instead, we have to come up with the idea, write down a main story plot, write down a storyboard, start filming, get into voicing, lots of stuff. Which brings me into my next part. We do not have lots of money. The channel is getting us nothing. So if you want to support us, get us to do better animations, go ahead and go down to Patreon. That should be in the description, and maybe even in the end cards from now on. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and the most successful thing is sharing with your friends, because then more people get to know our channel. Bye!